Hey family, how are you? First, I want to start off by saying that this isn't an easy video for me to make at all. Like, I've thought about making this video for a very long time. A very, very long time. But I knew in my heart once I made this video, it was no turning back. I knew in my heart once I spoke about this publicly that I was really finished with the situation for me to talk about it in public. And it took a long time to get to this point, but I finally feel like I'm ready. So I want to tell y'all about my best friend. So I had a best friend that's been my best friend since, we're 5 years apart. I knew her since she was 16. I'm about 33 now, I think. I forget how old I am. But we knew each other and been best friends for a really long time. That's been my only best friend for decades. For more than I can remember, that's been my only best friend. And when I mean my best friend, like, we had a rule that we could not have other friends. There was no need. You were all I need. I was all you needed. So we didn't need for nobody else. She's literally all I know as a friend. I don't know anything else as a friend. She's the first person I would talk to when I wake up. She's the last person I would talk to when I go to sleep. We are all we know. When I tell y'all, like, this person was my backbone for so long, and I was her backbone for so long. When I tell you the loyalty and the fact of always being there for me, she was always the first person who was there for me. And if I couldn't depend on not a soul in this world, I knew I could depend on her. When it was time for me to have my children, you know how some hospitals say it's only 2 people to a room? Oh, best to believe each and every child, she was one. And there wasn't nobody gonna tell her she wasn't, because she wasn't leaving. Like, when my mom passed away, this was the first person to make it to my house. The person who drove me to the hospital every single day. She was the one wiping my tears and rubbing my back. I remember getting pregnant with Faith. I know I shared the story with y'all that I was told to have an abortion with Faith. I was told I don't want that baby, don't have that baby. And I still chose to have her. So hospital, I was by myself. Labor, by myself. Well, she was there, of course. And I remember going through the worst postpartum depression with Faith, and all I could do was pray. I didn't know how to do anything else. This baby wouldn't stop crying. I was alone. All I could do was go to God in prayer. So I would pray all day. And she's not the most religious person. And I remember her, like, literally walking in, like, tipsy. Like, she like, girl, I don't pray, but I'm going to grab this Bible. What you want me to do? You want me to pray with you? She would read scriptures by my bedside, because she thought, like, anything that you need for me to comfort you, I'm going to comfort you with. I remember literally so many stories where this girl was the first person there for me, like, through it all. When it came down to things like money, I can never recall an argument we've ever had over money. Never. When I tell you money was never a thing, it wasn't like we was rich, but best to believe, if I ain't have it, she had it. If she didn't have it, I had it. When it came down to things like, do you know we worked at the same jobs? And when she quit, guess who was quitting? Yep. We went to college together, and when she dropped out, guess who was dropping out? Yep. Like, we got down, we did not play. We did not play. When you see one, you seen the other. We have the same personality. And I don't know how. It's not even the same personality. I believe our hearts are just the same. We pump the same heart. And I really believe that. Like, when I tell you this is the most loving, caring person I've ever met in my life, she acts like me. It's in the sense of, like, we both don't like to be embarrassed. We both don't like ghetto. Like, we are one of a kind in that sense. Every weekend, we had this thing to where, like, we lit, we going out, we going to party. Mind you, neither one of us like to party. Neither one of us ever been to no club. We don't do the shenanigans, but we would plan it because it just made us feel better. When the day comes, we do the same routine. There with each other, we either going to sit in the car and drink, or we're going to find somewhere to go to, like, go out and eat. We never going to nobody bar, nobody club, nobody lounge. We never had a third party. Never. There was never a day that we got up and said, hey, let's call such and such. We didn't know such and such is to call. We only needed each other. We never got bored. We could talk every day and still found something to talk about. We were so content with each other that we could sit in silence and we was having a blast with each other. She will come to my house, lay on my couch and sleep. I was content because I knew where she was. She was right there. When I look up, she's right there. I could go sit in the back of her car and lay down. We having a blast together. We genuinely enjoyed each other's company, and throughout all these decades of friendships, we had that one rule. We all we got. We all we need. We don't need not nobody else. And throughout life, I lived this way for so long that this has been my one friend for so long. These moments I will never forget. You hear me? I will never forget the time we shared. I will never forget the laughs we had. I will never forget the tears we cried. When I tell you this girl is my human diary, I don't think nobody know our deepest, darkest secrets. And the only reason why we know our deepest, darkest secrets is because we was doing them together. Whatever was a secret, it was happening with one another. Bitch, what you about to go do? Well, I'm putting on my shoes. I'm doing it too, because if you go down, they might as well take me too. And that was on period. And we've been content with each other for so many years that we genuinely just felt there was no need for nobody else. I feel like because of those reasons, she will forever and always have a special place in my heart. And I will never, ever forget the time that we spent together. And I will never forget all the times she was there for me. And I will never forget everything she meant to me. I will never forget any of it. I mean, when I tell you things like we was both scared to get our license because we just didn't want to drive. We thought like driving just wasn't the thing we wanted to do. And it was like, I'm not driving. And I remember when she took that leap of faith, she literally took her driver's lessons, went and got her license and bought a car. And guess what? I had a car too then. She like, girl, we good. As long as one of us secured that we got it. And best to believe, everywhere I needed to go, she was there. Whatever I needed to do, she was there. And she meant that. When I got a car, we have a car. What else you do? You want the car? Take the car. I was like, I can't take the car. I don't got a license. But those are things that I could never, ever get out of my mind. There's also some things that I could never forget neither. These are things that throughout the years, for some reason, I can't forget it. I try so hard. I tried, and I swear, I tried. This is how long it's been of the things that I haven't forgotten. This is the first thing that comes to my mind that I could never forget. And this happened probably back in maybe 2011. Yeah, that's how deep it goes back that I can't forget. I'll never forget her saying she going out with some guy. She like, yeah, I'm about to go out with this guy. I'm hype, blah, blah, blah. I need lingerie. Bitch, let's go. So I'm going with her shopping for the lingerie. And we grabbed the lingerie. She like, oh, we about to get lit, so let's get some liquor, bitch. I'm going with you. So we go to the liquor store. We get her liquor. She go get her nails done. I sit with her in the nail salon. She get her toes done. I help her get her outfit together. Help her do her hair. I keep asking her, like, who this guy? What's T? She like, no, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, weirdo. Why are you saying that? Like, you're being weird. But I get it. Maybe you're not comfortable with talking to me about it now. I never pressured her. I'm not that person. She's not that person. So if it was, I said, this must be some embarrassing shit because you ain't telling me yet. But you will. So I ain't paying no mind. Help her get herself together. Help her pack her overnight bag. She go to the telly. I'm like, all right, bitch, have a good night. Do it up for me, Bookie. And I went on Facebook. And I remember going on Facebook and seeing the guy she was with because she happened to like post a picture and half of his body was showing. And for some reason, I knew that half of body. That half of body looked really, 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 really familiar to me. So as I'm looking at that half of body, I said, I know this half of a body. And that half of a body was my first love. The first person I've ever been with, the person that broke my virginity. Like, me and him had like a special bond. We was not in a relationship, but we still had that friendship bond. And when she would be around us, he'd be on time and like, you know, that's still mine. And I'm like, nigga, please. We was best friends. Our family, my mother and his mother, was best friends. So we was always around each other because we had no choice but to be around each other. That's my nigga. Like, that was really my best friend, even though he was my first. I don't know if you remember your first, even if it was a good or a bad experience. I bet you it's an experience that you could just never forget. Your first time with your first person, even if you want to forget it, you can't forget it because it's such that significant feeling, right? And I remember the pits of my soul hurting. Like, my insides was grinding. That's how bad it hurted. I said, no way she's messing with him. Like, and I remember I didn't want to hurt her feelings. And I didn't want her to think I was mad at her. So I didn't know how to bring it up. So I remember I jokingly was like, damn, bitch, you could have told me you was with him. Like, it's not that serious. Even though I'm hurt, I'm laughing it off. She like, bitch, I didn't think you were mine, girl, because please, y'all ain't been together a year, so I didn't think you would even care about that. And I'm like, no, I don't care about that. I'm good. Like, meanwhile, bitch hurt to her core. And it was not like because I wanted him. It was just like because of who he meant to me, like who he was to me, what we shared. Like, it was just something I wouldn't have done. So I was just flabbergasted when she did it. And for some reason, I could never forget that moment. That moment I could never forget. Let's talk about another moment I could never forget. There was this guy. I'm just going to say names because it make me feel better. But if you watching it, hey. Y'all probably heard his name before. His name is Aaron. And that's the guy y'all heard Kaisha say in one of my videos that I went to Red Lobster with. That's why. No, not Red Lobster. Olive Garden. That's why I can't go to Olive Garden with her. He's me and Mr. Brown get along so good. He has always been my Mr. Go-To. I don't know if y'all know what that means or what that is. But he's always been my Mr. Go-To. I met him in 2012. And since 2012, he has been the man that I found security in. So I don't care who I was messing with. I will block him. And then when I'm ready to unblock him, he's going to be the first one pulling up. And it's just the role he's always played in my life. And I loved him. Oh my God. I loved him. I used to call him Daddy. That was the only man I ever called daddy. He was a little older than me. He was a lot older than me. But that was my daddy. And everybody knew how I felt about Aaron. Like, everybody knew when daddy pull up, that's daddy. Period. And I didn't care who I was dealing with in a relationship. When he pull up, he pulling up. And that's on that. And she very much knew that was my daddy. So much so that she was dating his brother. And y'all know best friends dating brothers. Oh, we was lit, baby. When I tell you the lit times that I can't even talk about, honey, we done went on vacations together. Every weekend we was in Atlantic City together. Like, we had a routine because she was dating his brother. I'm with him. It was like a match made in heaven. It could get no better than this. Like, we was having a time of our lives. And I love this man to my bitter core. Like, we just could never be in a relationship together. I could never see me being with him, but that was daddy. And I will never forget, it's our weekend to hang out. And you know, we doing our usual. I'll go get my hair done, my nails done. I'm like, where you at, bitch? I'm here at his house. His brother on his way. She like, nah, he already got me. We on our way there. We not even coming inside. Y'all just come straight out. We gonna hop in this car. We going straight on our trip. We know our Atlantic City trip every weekend. So I'm like, all right, cool. Sounds like a plan. We see you soon, bitch. Love you. He hands me his phone because I'm doing something. I can't remember exactly, but I ain't never been through this man's phone a day in my life. I don't think he ever handed me his phone. But he hands me his phone to do something. And he walks off and he goes in the bathroom. And the first thing was on my heart was go through it. I don't know what possessed me. But my soul said, go through it. I go through that man's text messages. I see her name in there. I'm like, why her name in there? I don't know. She probably had something to tell him. I click it. And the first messages I see at the bottom is, please, whatever you do, never tell Jasmine. So as I get to scrolling, it's like, oh, I'm at the door. Be there in 10 minutes. pictures she's sending to him. He's saying this. Can't, oh, the nasty talk was nasty. And the tears started rolling down my eyes. Rolling down my eyes. Rolling. So I takes the phone and I like toss it. And he come out the bathroom. And I'm looking at him, and he looking at me, and he's like, yo, why the fuck are you crying? I've never seen you cry before. Who do I have to shoot right now? I'm like, nobody, I'm fine. He like, nah, you not fine. Why are you crying? I'm like, nothing, I'm okay, I'm good. I'm all right, I'm good. He like, you sure? Talk to me about it when you're ready. I said, I will. So then she called me, she like, bitch, I'm outside. I'm like, I'm coming. I get outside, I get in the car, whole ride. She like, yo, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I'm good, nothing. She like, something is wrong with you, so stop telling me nothing. I'm like, nothing, I'm good, I'm fine. Whole 2.5 hour ride from New York City to Atlantic City. My soul is just, mind you, I'm around them. And I'm looking at him and I'm looking at her and I'm visioning them having sex. And in my head, I just was defending it because I'm like, I'm going to blame this all on him and not on her. She would never want to hurt me that way. Her, she would never want to do that to me. Granted, he not my boyfriend. Here we go again when he ain't my man. But she know I love this nigga. So I said no. No. We can't. He done did some shit to her or got her drunk. He probably done gave her Molly or something. I don't know what happened. But she didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. That was the weirdest weekend of my life. I had to hold all of that in and all of that together. And you know when I finally asked, many years later, like literally probably like, what event? We had a ladies' night, maybe like 4 years ago. She gets cheers from him for my ladies' night, and I couldn't hold it in. I didn't ask her, I'm lying, I asked him. Because when he brought the cheers, he was mad hyped to see me. This was right before Kaisha. He was dumb hyped to see me. So I'm like, what's up? And he like, give me a hug. I'm like, no, ho. Mind you, years later, he don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like, you slept with, He like, no, what are you talking about, Jasmine? I would never do that. I would never violate you like that. You think I said, nah. And guess what my dumb self said? He a liar. I know he did something to her to make her want to. Just dumb. I could never forget that. Never forget that. And any chance we ever had to speak thereafter, I always said, please, you hoe, because you slept with her. And he'd be like, stop saying that. I would never do that to you. Even though he don't know I done seen the messages. I already know what I know. I could never, ever forget that moment. And out of all the great, amazing memories, because the memories has been so amazing with me and her, there's another moment that I couldn't forget neither. There was a guy named Mike. This was just my boo. We was very toxic. I don't know if you ever been in something toxic, but my whole family remember Mike. And then Mike, if you watching this, I pray for your change. Hey friend. All my exes, we still cool, just to let y'all know. So he actually just recently reached out to me to give me his condolences for my mom, because him and my mom was mad close. We was the most toxic thing in this world. My mother used to be like, y'all better leave each other alone before y'all kill each other. We could not leave each other alone. He used to cheat on me from the rooter to the tutor. If y'all ever watched the Karma video, that's who I'm talking about in that video. That story was from him. We was the worst. We was toxic, but we could not leave each other alone for nothing. That was my boo, and everybody knew that was my boo. So me and him dealt with each other for like a good 3 years. Good 3 years. And I remember going through a little rough spout in one of my relationships, and I took a little break, and I let him hit. You know, you go back to that old thing. And I remember I went to her house too. I said, bitch, you about to come pick me up from your house. She like, he is? I'm like, yeah. And I'll never forget. He hit, and I called her. I said, I think it's strong, bitch. I don't know. When you double back after you ain't double back in a while, I think it ain't hitting the same. We laughed it up, regular shit. I'm on my way back to your house. That's all good, cool. That's the timing we was on. Recently, within like I'm gonna say 2022. I was sitting in her car and she handed me her phone to play the music. And when she goes in the liquor store, I'm playing the music. Text message, bing. I see where you at. And it say Mike. I'm like, I ain't never heard this bitch messing with no Mike. So you know me. One thing I'm gonna do is click a message. Maybe I'm too fucking nosy. That's the problem. Maybe it's me. I'm just as nosy as it comes. I clicked that message. Who it was? His black ass and her pictures, nasty videos. I said, no way, Jose. No way. It can't. It can't be. Because why would you think to do that? And then me being me still. Because it's my best friend. It's all I got. We all we got. I'm justifying it. Jasmine, well, this is recent and he ain't your man. Y'all don't even mess around. Y'all don't even talk, as a matter of fact. But still, I would never do nothing like this to her. Just due to the fact that that was my boo thing. Like, me and him was Kafiana. Like, this thing I posted on my Facebook page for everybody to see, my whole family. Like, at one point in time, if y'all watch that Karma video, we lived together. She wouldn't just do this. I mean, what would make her do it? It's him. He a low down dirty dog. We all know he a dog. Yeah, it's all his fault. And I told myself that it was just all his fault. And although I had that pit feeling in my stomach again, when my stomach got real tight, this time the tears ain't fall. This one was a little angry. I was a little angry. But I just brushed it off and we went back about our day. This one right here was the breaking point. This is what just happened recently. This is what happened. Y'all know my mom died March 2nd, 2023. This is when I know there's no coming back from it. So when my mom passed, you know, she was the first one here. She was my backbone. Like I said, she helped me get through all of it, every bit of piece of it. And one thing about us, no matter what happens, me and her just gonna rock it out together. So every day going forward, like, she wanted to keep my mind off stuff. She really wanted to just put me in better spirits. So from the day my mother took her last breath, she was here every day, picking me up, spending the day with me. She even took off work, everything, because she didn't want me to be alone. She's like, and then I remember telling her, like, I just don't want to be bothered. And this was the first time in my life I ever said a word like that to her. Never in my life said a word like that to her. And she said, I don't care if you don't want to be bothered. I will sit in the fucking bathroom and I'll shut up. I'll hide under the cover, but I'm not letting you be alone. So every day she came and got me. I don't know if y'all see my videos where I used to be hanging out in the barbershop and stuff. That was us together. She came and got me every single day. Called off work. Made sure I was never, ever, ever, ever alone. But for some reason, I just couldn't get into the groove of, like, the things we would normally do. Like chill, drink, talk our shit. Like, I wasn't letting grief take control of me, because I'm very mindful that the world doesn't stop for my grief. But I just lost my mom. So it wasn't the same. Like, it wasn't the same. And I remember, like, I was very withdrawn. Like, I didn't want to go hang outside. Summertime came, I ain't want to do the normal shit and be hanging outside. But she wanted to. And I didn't want to take that from her. So she decided to make a friend. And the friend she decided to make was the one person that hates my fucking guts. It's this one girl who lived around the corner from me. She don't know why she hate me. I don't know why she hate me. I've asked plenty of times, because I do. She has banged on my door and rung my bell to fight me. That's how much this girl hate me. She just hates me. Until this very day, I don't know why. Me and her never got into an argument. Me and her never had a misunderstanding. Y'all know I'm the most non-confrontational person, so I don't know what happened. I thought she was drunk one day and she just wanted to fight me. I don't know what happened. I really believe she was drunk one day and wanted to fight me, and then it went too far and she couldn't shake back from it. That's my conclusion. But this girl hates the ground. Like, she was telling people, like, when I see her in the streets, I'm knocking her head off as soon as I see her, like beef, like war. Why she wouldn't befriended this girl? She went and made friends with this girl and was being real weird. So the kids would say, oh, mommy, I just seen her around the corner. What? Yeah, she was hanging out around the corner. So I would text her, she wouldn't answer me. I would call her, she wouldn't answer me. I said, bitch, I know you not being weird. Why are you being weird? And then I didn't even get mad at her for hanging out with somebody who can't stand me. I didn't even get mad at her for that. We had a whole talk about it. I said, you know what? I get it. I'm going through a rough time, and you befriending this girl because I guess y'all on the same time and wanting to hang out and stuff. I respect it. But why are you being weird? Like, why are you not answering my phone calls? Why, when do you ever come around here and don't come to my house first, and you're right around the corner from my house hanging out? Why are you doing weird shit? Like, you're hurting my feelings. I don't like what you're doing to me. And she was like, you know what? If you don't like it, I will block this girl right now and I will never talk to her again, Jasmine. I will sit in the house with you and do nothing. Since you don't want to do nothing, I'll sit in the house with you and do nothing. I'm like, nah, that's not fair to you. That's not fair. I'm not going to do that to you. You want to be outside, you want to hang out, you want to drink. I don't smoke, you smoke. You want to do your thing. Go have fun. But stop being weird, bro. I'm not even, and here I am again, making excuses. I should have been mad at you for being friends with some. First of all, we went through our whole damn near whole lives with no friends. Only us. And the one time you decide to find a friend when I'm going through one of the worst moments in my life, you decide to find a one person that hates me? How did that even happen? How did that even come about? So, no, I let that go. I said, nah, that's not fair for me to do to you. You could be her friend, but don't stop doing the weird shit. Because you making me feel real weird. The weird shit got worse. And it got to the point where I genuinely cannot take it no more. I said, yo, I'm starting to remember more of the bad that I tried so hard to forget than all the good moments we shared. And this just has to end. And it ended the way it needed to end it. Me and her haven't spoken in about, I can't tell you. I would love to say I can recall when the last time I spoke to her. We probably haven't spoken in probably about 5 months, maybe 5 months. It's the longest we ever went in our lives without talking. Remind you, this is the first person I used to talk to when I opened my eyes. The last person I would talk to when I closed them. To not speak in 5 months, I don't think about her anymore. In the beginning, I used to think about her so much, but I no longer think about her. If she runs across this video, I want her to know that I love her to death. Are you crazy? I love her with every piece of me. I love her more than I could put into words, but I never want her to be a part of my life again. I never want to speak to her again. I never want that friendship again. And I never want her to walk around carrying a burden of, damn, I wonder what happened, or damn, I wonder why. I love you. And I want you to sit with that. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I don't hold no malice against you. If you happen to drive by me in the street, if we make eye contact, smile, if I see you in the street, I tell you I love you. I never wish to have a conversation with you. I never wish to hang around you. I never wish to be in your presence. I never wish to have this friendship again. But I wish you all the best. And I hope you flourish. And all the things that we talked about that we desire, I hope all of those dreams come true for you. And I wish you nothing but the best. And I thank you for everything you've ever taught me. I thank you for being there for me. I thank you for playing such a huge role in my life. I thank you for the hurt you caused me too, because it taught me a lot and it shaped me. It really shaped me in a way. And I knew that I needed to make this video, and I knew I needed to let this go, because if I didn't have this moment, I'm never going to have a friend. To this very day, I have no friends. My phone don't ring. Don't nobody text me. I put that on my kid's life. If you pick up my phone and go through it right now, you will see not one text message from a friend. I don't talk to no, you know who I talk to? Kaisha. Kaisha, my mother, was the only people, I'm sorry, and I talked to my older sister. Kaisha, my mother, and my sister was the only 3 people I used to communicate with. My mom is no longer here. I only talk to Kaisha and my sister. I don't have a friend in this world like the friend I had in her. And I'm never going to develop a healthy, good friendship if I don't realize that I need to let this go and I need to heal from the trauma and I need to know the difference. Jasmine, this is not acceptable, and Jasmine, this is acceptable. Jasmine, this hurt you. Jasmine, you didn't deserve this. Jasmine, this, I just need this moment to let go. And going forward, I know that this is it. I know when she runs across this video, I really want you to watch this, and I don't want you to feel an ounce of pain. I don't want you to think you have to find a way to reach out to me. I don't want you to feel like you owe me an apology, because I forgive you, baby. Oh, I forgive you, because if I didn't, I'll never be able to move on. I forgave you the moment these things happened, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have been able to continue to be your friend. I forgive you. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. We ain't got no beef. I love you, and I wish you nothing but the best. It requires so much to hate a person, dislike a person, have beef with a person. I don't even have those things within me. I love you, I forgive you, and I want what's best for you, but we could never be again. Never. I needed to let that go, and I'm happy that I did, and I know now that this is public, it will never be any going back. We've never had a debate. I can't recall an argument. We didn't have arguments. It's a, bitch, what is wrong with you? Did I do something to you? Is there a problem? Is this something we need to hug out? Something we need to talk about? That's the only person in my life I never had an issue with. Because it was no reason to. We was one. So now that that chapter is officially closed, I feel like now I can move on with my life, and I can open up these new chapters of learning friendship. And this door is now open, and I'm going to be receptive to building healthy friendships. I know that I'm gonna have to actually make friends to know the difference of, I don't want to be friends with this person, I do want to be friends with this person. Jasmine, where they going? Unless somebody break into my house, how am I gonna make the friends? I have to be receptive to people. So I'm gonna open up this door to build relationships, and I'm gonna go into it with no expectations. Because I'm not going to go into it when somebody say, hey, this is about to be my best friend. No, Jasmine, this may absolutely not work out. So just go into it with no expectations and see what becomes of it. And if it flourishes, great. And if it doesn't, no love lost. You just close that door and you thank y'all so much for allowing me to get that off my chest. I needed this moment. I appreciate you. And we can go back to the regular scheduled program until next week.
Family, what you see is how it's meant to be. We stay together, you were made for me, and I'm so happy that we came to be. We'll stick together, we'll love forever. There's no one better, my love is your forever, babe. We'll stick together, loving you forever. There's no one better, my heart is yours forever, babe. And I'm so happy that I have you in my life. Be right here by your side to make sure you're alright. My love for you now, it gets deeper by the days. I pray to God that He won't never change your ways. My love